Hey, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday evening. Let me know if you can hear my voice. Yes, drop those white hearts. Drop those white hearts. Drop those white hearts. Drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop them. She said, yes, we can hear you. Okay. So I'm catching my husband's cold or whatever the hell he got going on. But we gonna get through this live stream, y'all. We gonna get through this live stream. Y'all, I did not know I had this on private. Well, not private, but members only. So I just opened it up to the public so more people can come in because I actually forgot that I set it to members only. Okay. So that's why you probably only see members in here right now. But I opened it up to the public, so they should be coming. Okay. So y'all hit that thumbs up button and share it if you don't mind. Because we're going to talk about some things today, okay? Now, we haven't talked about Holly in a couple of days, right? About maybe 2 or 3 days or so. We haven't been talking about Holly. So we're going to talk about Holly tonight. But not only are we going to talk about Holly, we're going to actually bring another case. And I'm not going to say similar to Holly, but it's kind of self-defense is self-defense, right? Self-defense is self-defense. So it is a self-defense case that I want to bring to you, but it is out of Florida. I know it's been surfacing around on social media, so I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. I was trying to get a photo of the victim, but the only photo I was able to get is her laying in a hospital bed. So I didn't want to get that photo, but y'all will just see her in the news, okay? In the news article that I'm going to show y'all, all right? So anyway, we all know what's going on with Holly, right? Holly Johnson is charged with first-degree murder, and her defense team is saying that she did what she did in self-defense, okay? Some of us believe Holly and some people do not, all right? And you know what? It is their preference whether they believe it or not. I'm just one that just so happens to believe it, all right? So tonight, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking about a similar case. And when I say similar, I don't mean like to the T. It doesn't involve another man. And well, when I say it doesn't involve another man wasn't on a scene or anything like that. However, it does involve fighting or an attack. Okay, and it involves a person choosing to use a weapon during an attack while another person is unarmed. Okay, now this is different states, right? Um, the Holly Johnson was out of Chicago, Illinois, where this case is out of Baton Beach, Florida. All right, Baton Beach, Florida. So I'm going to show you, let's put up. This is the young lady that is charged with the shooting, okay? And I'm going to tell you what she's charged with in just a second. All right. So let's go there. All right. So this young lady right here, let me move these comments. Oh, before I get into this, I have a disclaimer going across the bottom. It basically says everything that I say out of my mouth is based on my opinion and my opinion only. I know y'all don't see that, but what do y'all see? Everything on this channel is allegedly. It's the same thing, okay? Everything I say out of my mouth is based on my opinion and my opinion only. What does that mean? Let's go down that rabbit hole for a minute. If it's based on my opinion only, if it's based on my opinion only, then it's kind of dumb for other content creators to take my opinion, right, and argue about my opinion on their channel just to have content, okay? Because everybody is subjected to their opinion. I don't have to go on my panel and argue about somebody else's opinion just to have content. Okay. So I have a right to my opinion. They have a right to theirs. I'm not studying what they say. They shouldn't be studying what I say, but obviously I have mind control over these people. And that is why they sit there and listen to every word that I say and run back to their channels and argue my opinion. Imagine that for a second. Imagine that for a second. Nevertheless, let me put my coffee link up if you guys want to purchase me a coffee during this live stream, or even send me a super chat. That would be most grateful and most appreciated. Okay. I just put my coffee link in here. Let me pin it to the top right quick. 1 second. This is another way we get paid for these live streams. And y'all know I be doing deep dives and stuff of that nature. So I love my tips, you guys. I love my tips. All right. So I just pinned my coffee link. If you guys want to purchase me a coffee or yeah, fill my cup up, that would be great. Now, this young lady, this is the same young lady, and this is her son, and he's an autistic little boy. All right. So I got some videos and some news articles that I want to read off for you guys, but let me just read off what this story is about, and then I will do the video. So this young lady that you do see on the screen, okay, she is 26 years old, and I may be saying it wrong, but I think it's called listen, Florida, okay, Boynton. I don't know if that's Boynton, okay, Florida, whatever, but it's in Florida, right? So the young lady is out of Florida. 26 years old. She was arrested and charged after a violent shooting early in the morning. All right. The police say this happened around 3 a.m. She got into a physical altercation with another woman. The other woman that she got into an altercation with was her friend. They were both 26 years old. That young lady name is Lachey. Now, I don't have Lachey's photo other than the one that her laying in the hospital. So when I show you the news article, you guys will see Lachey laying in the hospital bed, okay? I don't have any other photo outside of that one, all right? Now, even though the news report, you have to understand this. The news reports say that the fight happened inside the apartment. It did, but the shooting happened outside the apartment, all right? So, you know, and the reason why I say that is because they're charging her for discharging her firearm inside of an apartment as well. Sometimes the news don't always get it right initially, all right? They don't always get it right initially. People start going haywire, getting into their feelings or whatever before the real story comes out. And that's how I feel what happened in the Holly Johnson case as well. All right. Nevertheless, it says during the confrontation, this young lady right here, which her name is Justin Tanisha Guyton, Guyton. We're just going to call her Justice because that is her name, Justice. All right. So it says during the confrontation, Justice reportedly fired her gun, hitting the victim multiple times. Now, I only heard one gunshot, but we're going to see the video and I'm going to let you guys be the judge. I swear I only heard one pop. But again, it says she was shot multiple times. Lee was found injured and rushed to the hospital in critical condition. All right. Now let's talk about, okay, let me just go. The shooting and the aftermath. The incident began as an argument between two women that escalated into violence. Video evidence from bystanders allegedly shows the fight spread it to the hallway of the apartment complex. Now, Justice, this young lady right here, and her autistic son, as you see him in the back holding up $1, was present during the shooting. Yes, he was. And, well, I'm going to tell y'all my opinion in a minute. Immediately after the shooting, she did fled the scene with her son, triggering a missing child alert. So she left. And, you know, you shouldn't, but she's 26 years old, whatever the case may be. She did flee the scene, okay? Police later located the son safe in Riviera Beach, Florida, unharmed. And this young lady, Justice, the 26-year-old, turned herself in to the police department hours later. So she secured her son, and then she went to the popo, said, here I go. Y'all looking for me, here I go. She's now locked up in the county jail, and these are her charges. Aggravated battery with a firearm, shooting into an occupied dwelling with a $100,000 bond set and no contact order with the victim, okay? Now, this is what she claimed. She said this was in self-defense. She said she feared for her safety when the confrontation started. Police did recover the gun that she allegedly used after she discharged it nearby. So she threw the gun. She hit, well, not hit, but she threw the gun away. The police did discover the gun, okay? Recover the gun. Now it says Lachey, which we'll see her picture in a minute, remains in critical condition and is being treated in the hospital, right? Her family has publicly appealed for prayers, medical support, and legal help. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, this is an ongoing criminal case. And she is, pleading self-defense. She did have a GoFundMe up, but they took it down because when you are charged with a violent crime, GoFundMe don't even like for you to be on their platform. Okay, GoFundMe is probably one of the last places that you want to go when you are charged with a violent crime. So you might as well not even go to GoFundMe because they ain't playing it. All right. Now her sister. Let me show you guys the video, and then I'm going to read her sister's statement, okay? So I have two, and then we're going to read the mother's statement of the one that's in critical condition. But let's read the sister's statement first, okay? The sister name is Brittany Williams. Let's just put her up front on the screen because she shows the video. This is the sister statement. Her name is Brianna Williams. Okay, Brianna Williams, right? She says, hello, my name is Brianna Williams. This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to write. My sister is currently in jail after a fight that never should have ended the way it did. Her friend is now in ICU. Now, I didn't tell you guys, these two ladies were friends. I think I did tell you. They were friends, and it ended up in, an altercation, which ended up with one being in a hospital and now one being charged and may spend quite a bit of time in prison if found guilty. She says, and my heart fully hurts for everyone involved. The situation has caused pain on both sides, and none of this is something anyone wanted. But what's being left out is why it happened. My sister was trying to protect her 6-year-old son from a dangerous situation. She reacted as a mother would, out of fear, instinct, and love for her child. This was self-defense, not violence for the sake of violence. She has her only child to look after, and it'll be good if she can get a good lawyer to fight the case from outside of jail to look after him. Right now, the system is painting a picture of my sister that is not true. She is not a monster. She is a mother, a protector, and a human being who was put in an impossible position. She deserves a fair chance to tell her side of the story. And that means having the best legal representation possible. The cost of a strong defense is around $20K. And while my sister didn't ask me to do this, I can't sit back and watch her go through this alone. I'm asking from the heart, not begging, not forcing, just asking for help during the darkest moments of our lives. Anything you can give helps. Even sharing this means more than you know. My sister deserves to be home with her son. Thank you for reading, for understanding, and for standing with us. Here's a link to the GoFundMe, or here's a link to the video. Now, we're about to go to the video. But before we go to the video, before we watch this video, I want to say this. And I've said this before, and I'm going to echo it again. Okay? I've said this before, and I'm going to echo it again. People need to keep their hands to themselves. Let me say that again. People need to keep their hands to themselves. Because what I don't agree with a person throwing hands, right? Putting hands on a person on their own free will, something that they decided to do, and then turn around and become the biggest victim of them all. Have your mother, friends, brother, daddy, sister, cousin out here advocating for you and saying things like, this wasn't right, this wasn't fair, this shouldn't have never happened. But never one time do they ever say, my loved one that's either in critical condition or no longer with us, right? They never say they shouldn't have laid hands. So I'm going to show you this video. It is a fight. The girl that is attacking is the victim. She is laying in the hospital right now in critical condition. The girl that is defending is being charged with felonies that could send her away for years. I want you guys to take a look at this, okay? Because as I watched this video, it frustrated the absolute dog shit out of me that she's charged, right, for popping this girl after being attacked. Y'all take a look.
You got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
Listen. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun on her. She got a gun on her. Sit back. Hey, that fire, put it away, man. Sit down. Get on the floor. Get on the floor. On the floor. Get on the floor. On the fucking floor. Fuck. You got hit?
So let's play it again, but this time, y'all know I'm gonna do my commentary, okay? So the girl that's yelling at the end, call the police, call the police, call the police. And they say, did you get hit? She said, yes. Okay? She followed this young lady outside, fighting her. And then when she got shot, she's yelling, call the police, call the police, call the police. Okay? Let's look at it again. Okay. Her child is right there as well. Okay?
You got your child. You got your child.
Now, let's go back because it looked like they were arguing and pointing fingers at each other.
You got your child. You got your child.
So she looked like she pointed her finger in her face, and this girl smacks her finger out of her face, and then she's going to start attacking her.
You got your child. You got your child.
Let's go back because I want to see who threw the first punch. Hold on.
You got your child. You got your child.
So so this girl puts her hand in her friend's face. Her friend smacked her hand out her face. And then it looks like, let's just slow it down for a second. Oh, I can't do it. Can I? This is a short, so I don't know if I can slow it down on the short. So never mind. So now she falls. The victim falls. And the girl leaves. So let me tell you what this means, okay? When she falls and she walks out, that's a pause. That's what you call a pause. She is what you call retreating. When she walks out the door, walks away, she is retreating. She does have a weapon in her purse. She is retreating. But then look what happens. Okay? She gets up. And what does she do? Now you hear the guy in the background saying she got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. He says it so many times. She got her gun on her. She has her gun on her. I don't know how he knows she had her gun, but that's what he keeps saying, right? So when this lady falls and get back up, she follows her. So the shooter is getting wailed on, right, by the victim, as we can see it. Boom, boom.
She got a gun.
She's beating her. You hear the son crying. I'm gonna drown out the noise right quick. Okay. So we don't see right here. So they're still fighting, still tussling, whatnot. She's still welling on her. Y'all see her hand up in the air? She's still welling on this girl in her head. Okay. Her son is crying in the background. The 6-year-old is screaming in the background. This is the victim that's laying in the hospital, still welling on this young lady's head. Okay. Now the door closes. Somebody pushes it back open. And then,
To the floor. To the floor.
hold on. I want you to, y'all said y'all heard 2 shots, but I only heard 1.
She got a gun on her. She got a gun on her. You need to sit back. Hey,
Now, what I don't understand, if the guy was so concerned, why didn't he break it up before any weapon was pulled out, right? However, let's continue to look.
fire, put it away, man. Sit down. Get on the floor. Get on the floor. On the floor.
So I heard 1 shot.
On the fucking floor. Fuck. You got hit? Fuck.
Okay. So you see that, right? So now we're going to listen to a news article where, where they're going to announce that she was charged, right? And you're going to also hear the mother comes out and say what she says about, oh, how can she do this? How can she do this? This is so wrong. And, all of this stuff or whatever. And this is not Amora don't care about a person that's getting injured or lose their life. I just don't understand how can somebody think that it's okay to put your hands on people or whatever, and then turn around and pretend that they are an innocent person. I do not get it. I don't. And if that is my mind's warped sense of thinking, then that's just my warped sense of thinking. All right. Hey, Shaysky, here's another self-defense case, baby. But this one is out of Florida. All right. Y'all take a listen to this.
We're learning more tonight about a Boynton Beach apartment shooting that sent 1 person to the hospital and led police.
All right. It's called Boynton Beach. All right. I got it all wrong. Boynton Beach. Boynton Beach. Okay.
To search for a missing child. The suspect, Justice Guyton, is now in custody, and investigators are continuing to piece together what exactly happened. CBS 12 News reporter Katie Benty spoke directly with the victim's mother. She joins us live outside the Boynton Beach Police Department with more. Katie?
Well, Liz, the victim's mother tells us that she is angry and devastated. She said that her daughter trusted the victim, that they were friends, but now her daughter is in critical condition. This is the most recent photo we have of 26-year-old Lachey Lee in a hospital bed, tubes down her throat, fighting for her life.
My heart goes out to all mothers that have the same thing happen to them with their babies.
Angelica Reyes met us near the hospital where her daughter remains in critical condition after being shot. Reyes says one of the bullets traveled near Lee's spine, raising fears of paralysis.
If that bullet, God forbid, paralyze her or something, she's going to have so many troubles. It's never going to be the same for her.
Police say the woman who pulled the trigger was someone Lee knew, a friend, 26-year-old Justice Guyton. Investigators say the 2 moms had been out together Wednesday night, leaving their young children with babysitters at Lee's apartment, right here at Heart of Boynton. When they got back, police say a verbal argument turned physical, ultimately ending with Guyton firing a gun at Lee. Neighbors we spoke with had no idea.
It's quiet. Long as you stay to yourself, I guess, and mind your own business.
Police say Guyton ran with her 6-year-old son, prompting a search with help from the U.S. Marshals. The child was found safe hours later, and Guyton turned herself in.
You don't do that to your friends. Who does that?
Reyes says Lee is also a mother and that her son, who is autistic and nonverbal, was there that night. Now the family is asking for help and hoping for a miracle.
Whether it's a prayer, whether it's medical help financially, whatever that anyone could find in their heart to help us.
Okay, let me make a correction.
And Guyton is now charged with aggravated battery with a firearm and firing into an occupied dwelling. She's being held on a $100,000 bond at the Palm Beach County Jail. She also has certain circumstances here. She cannot speak with the victim or the victim's family. And as far as her son, she's only allowed to speak with him over the phone pending DCF approval. Reporting live in Boynton Beach, I'm Katie Benson, CBS 12 News.
Okay, let me make a correction. So this is the female. She's laying in the hospital, fighting for her life. Okay, they call her Lee. I think her name is Shay Lee or something like that. So let me make a correction. I said that the shooter son was autistic, but it's actually the victim's son is autistic. Okay, so the Lee girl son is autistic, not the shooter. Okay, you got two. That's the shooter. And then this is the victim. All right. These two young ladies, let me just take this picture right here. These two young ladies were friends. They got into it, an altercation and physical altercation that led to one battering the other one and one being shot. Okay. So now, you know, it's not good, neither one. And I know I just saw somebody say that they wasn't friends. That's not friends. You know, friends get into it or whatever. So this is the young lady, and then this is the young lady. And matter of fact, they said this is the most recent picture that they have of her or whatever. I guess that's the only thing that her mother wanted to show. But nevertheless, as you heard the mother, Miss Reyes, she's like, how can someone do this to another person? This is so wrong. But it sounds like she doesn't want to acknowledge that her daughter was involved in a physical altercation with her friend. Now, the reason why I say I feel like it's self-defense, because let's look at the video again. Once a person start retreating, okay? Once it's calmed down and someone turns their back to walk away, to stop anything, it's supposed to be over. There is a reset. But when you follow someone out the door because you feel like, oh, they didn't got the best of me, I'm not done with them yet, let me continue to do what I need to do, then that's re-engagement. Then you restarted everything. Now, I will have to read up on the Florida laws to figure out how this goes, but I do know they have a stand your ground clause. However, they did lock her up. They did lock her up and charge her. So let's listen again. So I understand when someone said, well, she put her hand in her face too. And she did. The shooter did put her hand in the victim's face first. Okay.
Come on, you got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
But now this is what concerns me. I'm not a lawyer, but this is what concerns me. When the shooter goes to walk out the door and the lady falls down on the floor, that's retreat, isn't it? Anybody want to talk about this? I'll drop the link. If y'all want to discuss, this is her retreating. Okay? This is not like she pulled out her gun right then and there and popped her friend. She was leaving. She said self-defense. She followed her as she was leaving, and the victim antagonized the shooter and then attacked her after the first fight. Okay, that's what TJ says. TJ says self-defense. She followed her, and she did follow her. Had she just stopped right there or whatever, and they probably would have got charged with something, or they probably would not have, right? It could have ended right there. Boom. They could have ended, right? But what does she do? She follows her. She gets up. She throws the wig. She goes outside and she re-attacks. She re-attacks. She literally re-attacks her, right? She said being the antagonist. So who do you think was the antagonist, Brown Sugar? Do you think the shooter or the victim was the antagonist? She's welling her. Boom, boom.
Hey, that fire.
Now, you hear the guy is saying she got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. At that point, I don't even understand why he didn't go. It's two ladies fighting, right? What I don't understand is why he couldn't go out there and say, y'all cut this shit out. Stop it right now. Y'all ridiculous. This don't make no sense. Cut it out, right? Cut it out, okay?
Put it away, man. Sit down. Get on the floor. Get on the floor. On the floor. Get on the floor. On the fucking floor. Fuck. You got hit? Fuck.
So it sounds like she's saying call the police. So it may have been her house, the victim's house, or apartment or whatever. She's saying call the police, call the police. And the guy's saying you got hit. So I don't know if that's a boyfriend, a relative, or what, baby daddy. I don't know. But he didn't go out there and try to stop it. He just kept saying, oh, she got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. She said, Amora, that man was not finna go close knowing she had a gun. But you don't think that he could have stopped it before she went outside with a gun? And I'm not blaming him. I'm not like other people. You're not going to hear me blame him for someone else's shooting. I'm not blaming him at all, okay? Just like I don't blame Carlos. I'm definitely not blaming him. But I'm just thinking he's saying she got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. You would think that he would try. But this is not for me to drag this guy all up and down social media, inside and out, and all type of shit. You ain't going to hear me doing that, right?
You got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
Now, you know what he is. Let me take that back. He is saying, whoa, 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 guys. So you see his hand? He is. So I digress because he is saying, whoa, 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 guys, y'all, come on. So he is. So I take that back. He didn't physically try to break it up, but he is talking like, whoa, 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 guys. Okay. So he is. I hear him now.
She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun on her. She got a gun on her. You need to sit back.
Now I don't know why he's constantly saying she got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. I need you to sit back. She got her gun on her. So it sounds like he was anticipating on that young lady using her gun because he keeps saying it. She got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. She got her gun on her. I need y'all to sit back. She got her gun on her.
She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun on her. She got a gun on her. You need to sit back. Hey, that fire, put it away, man. Sit down. Get on the floor. Get on the floor. On the floor. Get on the floor. On the fucking floor. Fuck. You got hit? Fuck.
Okay.
You got your child.
So, let's find out what the state of Florida. Let me read the statement from the mom. Okay, let's read the statement from the mother. Okay, the statement from the mother. The mother name is well, I got two statements. Hold on. I got two statements. I don't know if this is the mother. This is somebody named Katie. Now, I don't think this is the mother because the mother name is Reyes. So I don't know who this is, but let's just find out who it is. But this is a statement, and this is what it reads. It says, I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm heartbroken. Okay, hold on. It says, I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm heartbroken. That's how a mother describes watching her daughter fight to recover in the hospital. Police says 26 years old Lachey Lee was shot during an argument inside a Boynton Beach apartment overnight Thursday. A shooting that quickly spiraled into a search for a missing child. Investigators say the suspect, 26 years old Justice Guyton, fled the scene with her 6-year-old son, prompting a multi-agency search. The child was later found safe. Guyton later surrendered and is now in custody. Lee's mother tells CBS 12 News that her daughter and Guyton were friends. Something she says make this even harder to even understand. Tonight, Lee remains hospitalized as her family waits and hopes for her recovery. All right. And then it goes on and says this from another person. Imagine this, going to jail for shooting your friend in self-defense. You tried to leave and she followed you out the door and kept on attacking you. Now everybody is blaming you, so you need the world to see the video. A late night argument between two women escalated into gunfire inside a Boynton Beach apartment, leaving one woman shot and triggering a multi-agency search for a missing child, according to the police. Justice Tanisha Guyton, right here, 26 years old, surrendered to the police department on Thursday, hours after investigations say that she shot 26-year-old Lachey Lee, okay, during a physical altercation. Was this case self-defense or straight up aggravated assault? I think it's aggravated assault or aggravated battery. I'll tell you in a minute. And then this person says, I got permission to release this video. F what the media say or what y'all heard. It goes right here. Let's talk about it. Since everybody talking and already sharing the video evidence and correction, let's clear something up. It was my sister, Justice Johnson, who was trying to exit and leave her friend's home with her child, my nephew. So basically, they were fighting while my sister's child was right there holding her hand. Let's start there. Violation, don't argue, fight in front of a child. My sister didn't even want to fight her friend, Justice. My sister didn't even want to fight her friend. Justice was trying to pick up my nephew and part ways. Justice's friend, the victim, agreed to babysit. Oh, here's the backstory. Here's the backstory. Okay, here's the backstory. Justice's friend, the one that you see here, which is the victim, agreed to babysit at her home, but instead she had other plans and situations going on involving a ninja with a gun at her crib around my sister's kids. And somehow my nephew was left unattended with a stranger. My sister's trust was broken and she was hurt because she believed her child was safe at her friend's house. All of this going on around my nephew. That's why my nephew was out late at night. He was never lost like the media made it seem. He was out late because his mother, my sister, who is Justice, her name is Justice, this young lady right here. Her mother stopped what she was doing and went back to her friend's house to pick up her child, not to mention the young lady herself, which is this lady, Lachey Lee, has a non-verbal autistic child. You shouldn't have different random people around your children, period. This is why they were arguing and the altercation escalated. Okay, let's see if we can make a little bit more sense of this. All right. So this young lady left her child with her friend to babysit. She found out that she was babysitting with a strange man around or whatever. She got upset, came back at 3 o'clock in the morning to get her child from this lady's house because allegedly this lady had a man around that had a gun on him as well. And she didn't want her child, this is what it's saying, she didn't want her child at her friend's house around a strange man that also had a GUN on him. Now, this is what the sister's saying. Of course, we don't know what the real deal is because this is just what she's saying happened. Now, I'm sure she probably got this story from her sister. So they was literally fighting over you babysitting my son and you got a strange man around that has a weapon. All right. Now, I don't know if that's worth fighting over or, and now let's look at the video one more time because I kept hearing, you got your child, you got your child. But who was saying you got your child? Because I actually thought it was this young lady saying you got your child. So let's look one more time at the video to see who's saying you got your child. Okay.
You got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
Okay. So the victim is the one that's saying you got your child. You got your child. So basically, it sounds like she's telling her friend, you got your child. Okay, you got him. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's saying, you got your child. You got your child. So shut up, right?
You got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
No, this lady is saying, so shut up. So the shooter is saying, so shut up. I think, okay? I think.
You got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
So the one right here, the Reyes girl, excuse me, the Reyes daughter, the Lachey girl, is saying, you got your child. You got your child. You got your child. And then the shooter says, so shut up. So shut up. And somehow the hand in the face, the smacking of the hand, all turn into a fight. So I don't know how law enforcement will look at who escalated this, but I don't even know if this right here will matter, because once you retreat and re-engage, that's where it starts all over. If I'm not mistaken, I will have to read up on those laws and I will bring this back to you. I guess I could do it today, but I don't know. Let's just see. But once you re-engage, I know in Chicago, because I read up on those laws, once you re-engage, it starts over. It's when a person retreats and things are kind of calm down and you re-engage, then that person becomes the aggressor.
You got your child.
She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun on her. She got a gun on her.
And it sounds like she's still yelling, you got your child, if I'm not mistaken. You got your child. It sounds like she's still yelling, you got your child, while she's beating her. You got your child. You got your child.
She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun on her. She got a gun on her. Hey, that fire, put it away, man.
So she's still yelling, you got your child. You got your child. You got your child, bitch. You got your child. Okay? You got your child. All right. Let's talk about this, y'all. Let's talk about this. Who was wrong? Who was right? Who escalated it? Did she get charged right? Should she go to prison? Should she get self-defense? What happens if the other lady is unalive? Is this self-defense? Did she shoot in self-defense? That is the question. Did he say, put your fire away? He did say, put your fire away. He did say that, but you got to think he's filming it. You know what I'm saying? He's filming it, and I don't think he said it to the point where she heard him. Did he say, put your fire away? He did say, put your fire away to the shooter, which is this young lady in the picture. This is the young lady in the picture. Her name is Justin Guyton. Who had the gun? This young lady in the picture, Justin Guyton. She had the firearm. She said, yes, self-defense, because she was leaving. Okay, Kimberly says self-defense. Lovely Jim said it's a little different because Holly had a restraining order to add to all of this. Yep, that's true. She said, well, more they got her because she's on the porch going through her purse to get the gun out. That's why she locked up. You think that's the case, Benita? Because can we say that's what she was doing, going through her purse to get the gun? Let's see. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Do you think that's what she was doing, going through her purse? Okay, she bent down. Hold on. So you think she was going through her purse? Hold on, I'm sorry. She's leaving. She bent down. So can we say she was going through her purse? She was definitely trying to get her gun. Okay. Why did she run? She said, why did she run? Holly stayed. She said, in Florida, the laws are different. If you are attacked and you got a gun, you can use it. Okay, so that's what we're going to look up today. We're going to find out. She bent down to pick her stuff and got attacked again. So that's what I don't understand. Was she going through her purse and get her gun, or was she bending down to pick up her things? I think she was picking up her stuff. I think she was picking up her belongings. How would the man know she had a gun? I don't know. Unless he did see one. In the beginning, I couldn't see who hit first, but the girl was leaving and the victim started it back up. It's self-defense. So you think it's self-defense? She bent down to pick up her stuff and got attacked again. They would have to prove it. Yeah, they would have to prove that she was going through her purse to get her gun. And you know what? They probably have more technology than we do to where they can zoom in to see exactly what she was doing, I'm sure. Because it looked like she has a purse in her hand. It do look like she puts it down. Because why would she need to put her purse down to get her weapon? Why would she need to put her purse down to grab her weapon out? She has a purse. So I don't know if she was going through her purse. Because why would she have to put her purse down to grab her weapon if her purse is in her hand? You know? But I do want to so let's look up what she is charged with right quick. She is being charged with, let's pull it up again. Hold on. I was trying to play this one. Let's see if it'll play. Nope, that's not. It won't play. So let's get off of this one. And she went into court. Let's see if I can pull the court up. They're definitely not taking this lightly. And to be honest, I actually thought that Florida have a stand your ground. And you know, they very well may, they do have a stand your ground. Let me stop saying that. They do have a stand your ground, but you know, every case is not treated the same, where they may lock somebody up for this. They may not lock another person up for it, right? Okay. So hold on. Let me see what this say before I pull up the law. We're going to get into the law in a minute.
Please say a dispute in.
Okay, let's put this one up right quick. I don't know if they're saying the same thing or not, but I just want to see if we can get other angles of the story as well.
Inside an apartment. Details tonight in a Boynton Beach shooting that left a woman fighting for her life.
Police say a dispute inside an apartment turned into a fight and ended with a gunshot fired through an apartment door. Reporter Caleb Califano spoke with the victim's mother.
Wait a minute. Did they say a shot fired through the apartment door? This can't be the same story. Hold on, because this is not it. Is it? But do you see how different news people tell stories? Let's see if this is the same story, because this don't sound right. Somebody shot through an apartment door?
Details tonight in a Boynton Beach shooting that left a woman fighting for her life.
Police say a dispute inside an apartment turned into a fight and ended with a gunshot fired through an apartment door. Reporter Caleb Califano spoke with the victim's mother.
Boynton Beach police say the shooting happened early Thursday morning. Now we're hearing from the victim's family. Boynton Beach police responded to this apartment complex just before 2:50 Thursday morning after reports of a woman being shot. Officers say they found the victim inside her apartment with a number of gunshot wounds. She was taken to Delray Medical Center. This afternoon, we spoke with her mother, who tells us she's still in critical condition.
We're fighting for her life. It's a possibility that bullet could cause her to be paralyzed. We don't know right now. We're just fighting for everything.
Court documents say the shooting happened after the suspect, Justice Guyton, returned through the heart of Boynton Apartments to pick up her child, who had been left with a babysitter earlier that night. Police say somehow an argument broke out that quickly turned physical, spilling towards the front door and into the hallway. As the victim tried to close the apartment door, police say she was shot.
My daughter.
Do
is
you
a
see
sweet
that?
young lady.
Wait a minute. Do you see that? Do you hear how the media, right? So you see, it said the victim tried to close the door and she was shot through the door. Did y'all just hear that? Let's run that back because this is the same situation that happened in the Holly case, right? They put out false information and then they run with it. And then people get all in their panties and shit or whatever. I want you guys to hear this again. The victim tried to close the door and the shot went through the door. Listen to this, y'all.
Inside an apartment turned into a fight and ended with a gunshot fired through an apartment door. Reporter Caleb Califano spoke with the victim's mother.
Boynton Beach police say the shooting happened early Thursday morning. Now we're hearing from the victim's family. Boynton Beach police responded to this apartment complex just before 2:50 Thursday morning after reports of a woman being shot. Officers say they found the victim inside her apartment with a number of gunshot wounds. She was taken to Delray Medical Center. This afternoon, we spoke with her mother, who tells us she's still in critical condition.
We're fighting for her life. It's a possibility that that bullet could cause her to be paralyzed. We don't know right now. We're just fighting for everything.
Court documents say the shooting happened after the suspect, Justice Guyton, returned to the heart of Boynton Apartments to pick up her child, who had been left with a babysitter earlier that night. Police say somehow an argument broke out that quickly turned physical, spilling towards the front door and into the hallway. As the victim tried to close the apartment door, police say she was shot.
My daughter is a sweet young lady.
So I saw somebody say that they're only repeating what a witness say, right? Only repeating what the witness say. The witness that said this is probably the guy that was saying, she got a gun, she got a gun, she got a gun. So now this guy then went and told the police that the victim, the one that's laying in there fighting for her life in the hospital, tried to close the door and the girl shot through the door. But do you see how the lies get out there? And do you see how they get spread? And somebody asked me before, they said, why would a witness lie? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember someone coming on my platform and saying, why would a witness lie? Because they do. Because they will. Because they want to paint a picture that they want to paint. That's why. Because they want to get out a story that they want to get out. So why would a witness lie? Come on. What did we just hear? Now, is that what we saw with our own eyes? No, it's not. It's absolutely not what we saw, but that's what's being spreaded around the news, around social media.
Left a woman fighting for her life.
Police say a dispute inside an apartment turned into a fight and ended with a gunshot fired through an apartment door. Reporter Caleb Califano spoke with the victim's mother.
Meg says investigators, right? These are the professionals, right? These are the ones that's trained. Meg says investigators are also saying that Justice retrieved her gun and goes back into the apartment and shoots Lachey. Investigators. Yeah. Investigators. Okay? Do you see where I'm going? Do you see where I'm going? People can get shit wrong. Witnesses can lie, and investigators can half investigate and tell half truths. Okay? Makes no damn sense. This is awful.
Reporter Caleb Califano spoke with the victim's mother.
Boynton Beach police say the shooting happened early Thursday morning. Now we're hearing from the victim's family. Boynton Beach police responded to this apartment complex just before 2:50 Thursday morning after reports of a woman being shot. Officers say they found the victim inside her apartment with a number of gunshot wounds. She was taken to Delray Medical Center this afternoon.
A number of gunshot wounds. Now I'm going to ask y'all again. Did y'all hear more than one shot? Did y'all hear more than one shot? a number of gunshot wounds. I swear the media is just dead. Oh my God. Oh my God. And you know, these people actually get paid to do the news. And the only reason I'm saying this is because where do they research at? Where do they do their research? And if we are to gather the story from the news, damn, the news ain't even putting out the correct information. Everybody be so quick to run to their news station and put out information, and they be putting this shit out wrong. I would go as far as saying, I believe the news may have innocent people also locked the fuck up. Locked up. The news is also responsible for having people in jail. You know? Because they don't really investigate. They just want to put the story out first. All these channels and stuff, they want the exclusive. So they go send their people out there, get half truths, and then they run back and they put out a story that's not even true. She said, investigators, trust me, my son was lied on by PD and investigators and was charged with 6 counts of attempted murder. We fought 9 months. They denied his bail twice. Guess what? He beat his case. Yeah, exactly. It happens. And sorry that your son even had to go through that shit. 9 months is a long time to be fighting for your freedom. But it's good that he did beat his case. Kudos to you for not giving up, right? Because that's what they want you to do. They want you to throw the towel in and believe the fucking news and social media. You know? This is crazy, man. This girl was lied on.
Responded to this apartment complex just before 2:50 Thursday morning after reports of a woman being shot. Officers say they found the victim inside her apartment with a number of gunshot wounds. She was taken to Delray Medical Center. This afternoon, we spoke with her mother, who tells us she's still in critical condition.
We're fighting for her life. It's a possibility that that bullet could cause her to be paralyzed. We don't know right now. We're just fighting for everything.
Court documents say the shooting happened after the suspect, Justice Guyton, returned to the Heart of Boynton Apartments to pick up her child, who had been left with a babysitter earlier that night. Police say somehow an argument broke out that quickly turned physical, spilling towards the front door and into the hallway. As the victim tried to close the apartment door, police say she was shot.
My daughter is a sweet young lady. So my daughter has done nothing but ever try to help anyone that's been close to her. She would give anything off her back.
Police say Guyton then left the scene with her child. Hours later, she walked into the police station and claimed she fired the gun in self-defense. She's now in the Palm Beach County Jail, while the victim continues to fight in the hospital.
We need help. If anybody can help, whether it's a legal help, whether it's a prayer, whether it's medical help financially, whatever that anyone could find in their heart to help us.
It's important to know Guyton did face a judge this morning. She's facing multiple felony counts. In Boynton Beach, Caleb Califano, WPBF 25 News.
So she is facing multiple felony counts. Okay, we're going to go over the felony counts, but I do think fleeing the scene is not good. It's not going to look good for her because they always say that you're supposed to stay. But I understand why she left because, I mean, she just shot the girl and her boyfriend is in the house. Well, I don't know if it's her boyfriend, but some guy is there. So I don't know if I would have actually stayed like in the house per se, but I think that she should have probably went to the police department first. But then she probably, you know, said, hey, I wanted to make sure my child was secure. But nevertheless, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know if she'll get charged with that. However, I mean, I do think leaving the scene, it does not look good. Okay. It does not look good that she left the scene, but I don't think that that's a felony charge that you left the scene. Right. So let's go over for the state of Florida. Okay. Hold on. Okay. We're going to go over the charges right quick. You know, this is a tragedy for both families, to be honest with you, because I'm sure neither, you know, I said this on the last case, I'm sure neither one of these ladies woke up plotting and planning that this was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Just like I believe in the Holly situation. I do not believe, no matter what someone says, they will not get me to believe that Holly planned this, you know, and that's my opinion. However you feel, that's how you feel. But no one can convince me that this is something that Holly wanted. All right, let's talk about these charges. So right now she is charged with aggravated battery with a firearm. Now this is the state of Florida and not Illinois. All right. Now her charge is a serious felony charge. Okay. Now it says that she can spend any time up to 15 years in prison. Okay. Up to 15 years in prison. And it says because a gun was discharged and a serious injury occurred, the minimum mandatory is likely 20 years if convicted under the 10 to 20 to life. What's the 10 to 20 to life? Oh, they got a 10 to 20 to life enhancement. Ooh, what is that? So somehow, So Florida has what you call, what is that? Hold on. 10 to 20 to life. What the hell is that? Hold on, y'all. So Florida has this thing called 10 to 20 to life. It is a Florida mandatory minimum sentencing law that applies when a firearm is used during the commission of certain felonies. So again, this is a Florida thing. And it says the 10-year if the defendant possessed a firearm during a quality felony, even if no shots were fired, they get 10 years. Wait a minute, what? If the defendant possessed a firearm during a qualifying felony, even if no shots are fired, they get 10 years. What the heck? I ain't never moving to Florida. Do you hear this shit? What the heck? Okay, hold on. Let me finish reading this. Wait a minute. What is a qualifying felony? Hold on, y'all. You could get 10 years in prison without even shooting a gun. Okay. So it listed the qualifying felonies and it looks like several of them, but it's aggravated battery, aggravated assault, attempted murder, manslaughter, murder, kidnapping, false imprisonment, sexual battery, or arson. Those are considered qualifying felonies. All right. So if you have a gun, whether you use it or not. So if you use it or not in an aggravated battery, which means if you're even fighting someone and you pull out a gun, what the hell? What? Hold on. I'm gonna have to read up on this. We'll come back to this because this is blowing my mind. So let's go back. So anyway, it's saying that a 10 to 20 to life enhancement is on top of her charge. Okay. So 10 to 20 to life is a Florida mandatory minimum sentencing law that applies when a firearm is used during the commission of certain felonies. All right. Now it says 10 years if the defendant possessed a firearm during a qualifying felony, even if no shots is fired. 20 years if the defendant discharged her firearm or a firearm, whether someone is hit or not. So even if they fire, you get 20 years whether you hit the person or not. Now, if the person is shot and serious injuries or KI, they get 25 years to life automatically. And that 10 to 20 to life is added on to her charge? Damn. Oh my God, they just trying to lock people up. They are literally trying to get you for anything. Damn, what the fuck? I'm gone. I am blown away. But anyway, let me finish talking about these charges. This is crazy to me. All right, so anyway, now discharging, they charge her also with discharging a firearm in an occupied dwelling. Now, I think they're going to change these charges because I think these charges was when they thought that when the news put this information out and before this video started surfacing, okay? So it says that she's also charged with firing her arm in an occupied dwelling, all right? Which means firing a gun inside a residence where people are present. That is a second-degree felony, and it's up to 15 years. The charge often runs consecutively, not concurrent, meaning that she would have to do the first 25 years and then start her 15 years after she do her 25 years if found guilty. So it does not run concurrent, all right? Now, and then she got child-related exposure, okay? So while not always charged separately, this matters heavily at sentencing. Her minor child was present. She fled the scene without the child after the shooting. She fled the scene with the child after the shooting. So this can increase the sentencing severity, all right? So she got charged with 3 different charges: child-related exposure, possible enhancements, discharging a firearm in an occupied dwelling, and aggravated battery with a firearm. Now, worst case scenario, if convicted of these charges with the firearm enhancement, 20 years would be her minimum. 20 years minimum. And it says possible an additional 5 to 15 years on top of the 20. So if she gets charged, the minimum will be 20. Then she would go and do another 5 to 15. So it says total exposure right now, minimum is anywhere between 25 and over. That's what it says, 25 and over. And she must serve at least 85% of the sentence. And no early release and no gain time below the minimum. So if she is charged with this crime, found guilty of this crime, the minimum amount of time she will get is 25 years. 25 years. Damn, this is, oh my God. Girl, I'm moving. Child, I am moving. I ain't got time to be messing around with people. I'm moving. Oh Lord, Jesus, this is insane. So anyway, so this is what it's looking like. But again, I believe that some charges will be changed around, because how you gonna charge her? Well, they're gonna have to drop some charges because 1, she did not fire inside the apartment. That's 1. 2, her son was around. But 3, she was attacked. She was attacked. So I don't know. I'm going to follow this, of course, to find out how it turns out. But right now, it is not looking good for this young lady. Right now, it's absolutely not looking good for this young lady. This young lady could literally spend minimum of 25 years for life. I mean, 25 years or more. Okay. And so she's out right now on a $100,000 bond, but she is not allowed to see her son. She's only allowed to talk to her son over the phone. Again, these type of situations, no one wakes up. No one wakes up. Well, I ain't gonna say no one, but I don't think that she woke up thinking that this is gonna happen today. I'm gonna go to jail today and possibly face prison time. Okay. Possibly face time away from my child, have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to fight a defense. I'm sure she didn't think that. And I'm sure this young lady didn't think I'm going to end up in a hospital fighting for my life with a bullet that has touched my spine or very, very close to my spine. Because even if she survived, she may be paralyzed for life. If she survives. Now, I do believe if she doesn't survive, which, you know, I pray that she does. I pray that she fully recovers, right? But if she doesn't survive, they're going to change this young lady's charge to murder. Instead of aggravated battery with a firearm, it's going to be changed to murder. You know? This is absolutely crazy, you guys. So why did I want to do this story in reference to Holly? We may not see the video, but what we were told is Holly was attacked too. And Holly shot to defend herself too. And the news, based on witness accounts, they spreaded falsehoods too. It flew all the way through social media with a bunch of lies too. She was charged and now being locked up over media, social media, and bad investigator too. Like Meg said, this investigator said the door was closed. She went back in the house. She retrieved her weapon, went back in the house, and fired. An investigator said that, which means they can get it wrong too. They can get it wrong too. So with that being said, you know, I mean, I'm not going to hold you long. I just pray again that this young lady has a fair trial. And I also pray that Holly has a fair trial. I do not believe that neither one of these ladies, right, intended to or planned or intended to cause death or bodily harm to these people. They were defending themselves, in my opinion. Okay? In my opinion. When this young lady, Justice, when she was walking out, now whether, you know, maybe we'll see another angle to where it shows that she was digging through her purse or whatever. And I don't even know what that means at this point, right? Because she still was attacked. She walked out, she bent down. It looks like she was picking up something, but y'all said it maybe going through her purse. But the other lady still came and attacked her. At what point do you not supposed to defend yourself? Do you suppose to just, because that other person does not have a weapon, do you suppose to let people wail on you? Do you suppose to just let people do you any kind of way? She said, when did this happen? It happened Thursday night. Thursday night. Now, you know, and I don't care what other people say about it because, you know, I run my panel, how I run my panel, you know, and I mind my business over here. But I just wonder, do people think, and I know they do, that she should have just fought? And it may be somebody in this chat that thinks that. And you're not going to get chewed out or anything, but do you think this lady should not have defended herself with a weapon because the other girl didn't have a weapon? Raise your hand if you think this girl should have just fought. Yes, I'll keep you up to date, Vera. But do you think that this young lady should have just fought? Her child was there. Holly Child was there. Even though Holly Child was in the car, Holly Child was still there. Do anybody think that this young lady should have just fought? She said, can you repeat what the lady on the right did? She fired at this young lady right here. And right now, this lady is in a hospital fighting for her life. This lady right here is fighting for her life. She was being attacked. This lady right here, or the one in this picture, same one, same lady, was being attacked by this lady when she discharged her firearm. This lady did not have a weapon. This lady had a weapon. So she discharged her firearm and left this lady in critical condition. She's literally fighting for her life. She said, no, you do not have to fight fair. You know, but some people will be like, no, she should have just fought. She should have just fought. I just feel like, you know, we need to really, 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 really concentrate on keeping our hands to ourselves. You know? Because what's beating somebody's ass going to do for you? How is that going to satisfy you? Oh, I beat her ass. I beat her ass. How are you going to feel afterwards? I beat her ass. I beat her ass. Okay. Okay. How are you going to feel afterwards? You know? She said, nobody's fighting these days. No one is obligated to fight if they're getting attacked. That's what I don't understand why, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to dissect somebody else's opinion, right? I really don't. I really don't want to dissect somebody else's opinion because we all think differently. We may think differently. QC said praying for all parties involved. True. Praying for all parties involved. But this young lady is fighting for her freedom while this young lady is fighting for her life. It's not good either way. It's not good. Honestly, Justice probably thought she was being jumped because old girl was beating the fuck out of her and had to back them up. I hate it for both girls. The other girl was beating the fuck out of her. She got fast hands. She has fast hands. When somebody have fast hands, you know what I'm saying? When somebody got fast hands, it ain't so much you can do. They coming back they coming back to back. Them hits coming back to back to back to back to back. She got fast hands. Everybody don't have fast hands. Everybody don't. You can't even regroup good when you fighting somebody with fast hands. You know? She said, I don't think that there was the same threat in this case, but you can't dictate someone's reaction to your reaction. Okay? I don't think she should have shot her because they were friends. You don't shoot friends because y'all had a fight. So what do you think she should have done, Latanya? What do you think she should have done? Just fought her back or took off running? Do you think that this young lady should have took off running with her son? Who thinks that because they were friends? Now, are you saying that because they were friends? What if they was not friends? Because some people in the comments say they wasn't friends. They were friends, but you know, they may have been ending their friendship that day. Who knows, right? Difference don't matter. I think fighting is immature. Let them words go in one ear and out the other and move in. None of it is serious to fight or unalive. So you're saying no matter what, whether fighting or taking a gun out, neither one of them should have done none of that. Just let them talk shit and you just let it go in one ear and come out the other and you still just walk away. She 2 times bigger than the other and taller. So you think this girl is 2 times bigger than this girl? I have to look at it again. So you think that the weight was disproportionate? I would have to look at the video again. Whose weight? Let me look at it. No, they both look like they were pretty big girls. They both look like they were a little hippie. Look at them. Let me show you. They both look a little hippie to me. Or hippie or meaty. They both look like they got a little meat. Here, let me just hit refresh. See, she looked like she got a little meat. And this girl looked like she got a little meat too. She just fast. Look at her, she fast. But then she slips and falls. She breaks. You know what? She pushes the door back open though. Hold on, let me see something. I wonder what made her push the door back open. She still attacks. Whether she pushed the door open or not, the other girl still attacks. She still attacks. And I think that would matter. Y'all, I don't know. I think that she's going to get off with self-defense. What do y'all think? Self-defense or no? Why shoot if it was just a fight? Because she's being attacked. You have a right to protect yourself. She's being attacked. I don't think that she's that big in that bed. That's just all blankets and stuff they have on her. But also, don't argue with no one. In the world would be a better place if people that's their business. It's easier said than done. Yeah, the world will be a better place if people didn't argue, but that's kind of easier said than done. Tammy B said, I need more information. I think her butt pushed it open. So you think that, yeah, it does look like she pushed it open. And you know what? Let me see something. She's running toward the door. She threw her wig and she pushed the door open. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one, y'all. This is going to be a tough one. Because she could say she started fighting her again when she saw that she was trying to get the weapon, if that's what she's doing. But I just don't understand how you got the bag in your hand. I don't know. So anyway, I would definitely keep y'all up to par on this one as well. She said, don't look like she pushed the door open to me. It does look like, hold on, let me look. Let's go back. They both hitting each other at this point. Her son is out on the porch. She goes out with her son. She bends down. She's doing something. Yes, she does push that door back open. She pushed the door back open. She pushes the door back open. The girl right there pushed the door back open. Yep, she does. Do I think, oh my God, do I think she needs to get 25 years? No. Now, y'all, I'm sorry, but this girl is wailing on her ass. This girl is wailing on her ass, y'all. This girl is wailing on her ass, y'all. She said, was she outside when she said, call the police? There's more to this video. Yes, she was outside when she said, call the police. She just got shot.
Oh, hey, man.
See?
Sit down. Get on the floor. Get on the floor.
See? Soon as that door closed from right here is when she was shot. They're still out on the porch.
Sit down. Get on the floor. Get on the floor.
See?
On the floor. Get on the floor. On the fucking floor.
See?
What? You got hit? Fuck.
See? So they were outside when she got shot. Literally outside when she got shot. You know? She wasn't fighting her back though. You know, I think the detectives they're going to see this video and they're going to have to enhance the video to where they're going to have to slow it down and pull it in and be able to see all the angles. She said, Amora, which one passed the first lick? Well, it depends on which time, LaTanya, because, okay, let's look at the video again. She actually kind of walked away. The girl walked away. So on this one, she points her finger in the other girl's face. So the shooter points her finger in the victim's face.
You got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
And it does look like, she pointed her finger in the girl's face. The girl smacked her finger out her face, and then she smacked the girl. She said news reports say she shot through the door. Exactly. That didn't happen. She didn't shoot through the door. We see the video. That didn't happen.
You got your child. You got your child. You got your child.
She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun. She got a gun on her. She got a gun on her. You can sit back. Hey, that fire, put it away, man. Sit down. Get on the floor. Get on the floor. On the floor. Get on the floor. On the fucking floor. What? You got hit? Fuck.
You got your child. You got your child. You got your.
Okay, y'all saw that? Did y'all see that? The friend is relentless. She doesn't stop fighting. Oh, wow. She said, oh, now it's called the police. LOL, you should have stayed in the house. She didn't hear the man say she got a gun. I don't think she did. She was out there engaged with the other girl. So, Amor, I have a question. Legally, you are fighting with your friend and you feel like the other might kill you. You shoot. Is that self-defense? By law, if you feel that you are if you feel that you are in imminent danger, yes, you have a right to defend yourself. And that's why, when I say things like, I believe Holly is going to beat this case, is because how can a jury tell her that she didn't feel that her life was in imminent danger? She didn't feel that her life, or not feel, but believe. You have to believe that your life is in imminent danger. That's why a lot of first degrees get knocked down to second degree, because the jury can't prove that they believed or they didn't believe that their life was in imminent danger. So the reason why it gets knocked down to second degree, because even if they believed their life was in imminent danger, then they can say it was not reasonable. That's why I said Holly will not be charged. Excuse me, not charged, because she's already charged. She will not be found guilty of first degree. And I'm going to continue to say that. A jury will not be able to convict her of that, of first degree, simply because they can't tell her that she did not believe her life was in imminent danger. Imminent danger. Matter of fact, a case just went forward. Sean Grayson, he was charged with first degree murder, right? But the reason why they found him guilty for second degree murder is because they could not prove that he did not believe that his life was in imminent danger. Okay? She said, read my super. Why do people keep saying you should fight? You should fight, like fighting is not violent and you can get injured or killed. I don't know why they say that, wind down with Shabala. I don't know why they say that. I think that's because that's what they would do. They would fight, and they think that just because they will react a certain way, you should react a certain way. And anybody that don't react the way they do or think the way they do, supposed to be drugged through social media and call all type of derogatory names, liars, awful, evil, cult leader, all type of disgusting names, because they don't see things the way other people see things. Yeah, they supposed to be dragged, bashed, mocked, and mortified through social media because they don't see things the way other people do. And they try to bully you into changing your stance because they think that since the majority people think like them, they think that you supposed to think like them too. But I am not a follower. I don't just follow the majority just because. I just don't do that. If I believe something, I'm going to stand on what it is that I believe, and can't nobody change the way I feel about it. And like I said, I don't believe a jury will be able to find Holly be able to find her guilty of first degree, because in my opinion, it is no way they're going to be able to say that she didn't not reasonably, but she did not believe that her life was in imminent danger. Okay. She had her gun on her or more. This young lady, are you talking about this young lady or Holly, Jamie? Why did she go there with the gun? A lot of people carry their gun everywhere they go. I mean, if you are a gun holder, if you carry your weapon, you carry your weapon. Oh, this is her gun right here. Y'all see that? She has her gun right here. It looked like it. Oh, yeah. So she didn't get her gun out of her purse, y'all. Hold on. I just saw this. Let's zoom in. Her gun is on her body. Isn't this a gun, y'all? Hold on. I know that ain't no extra piece of meat. Her gun is, oh my God. Please tell me this girl didn't attack her with the gun right there in her damn shorts. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. It looks like, let's zoom in. All right, hold on. Y'all, this a gun. So she attacked her. That's how that man knew she had a gun. It's right here. Look. This is her weapon right here in her little, whatever you call them things, bathing suit. This is her weapon. So she didn't drop down and get her gun out her purse. She had it on her. So let me ask you, would you attack someone to have their gun? To me, this This is more self-defense to me. You attacked this girl with her gun. Listen. I'm trying not to make it look so blurry. Hold on. That's her gun right there, y'all. So she did not bend down and get her gun out her car. I mean, not her car. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Holly. She did not bend down and get her gun out her purse. Now, I don't know if it fell or something. But somebody said, why did she bring her gun there? A lot of people travel with their weapon. She said Florida is an open carry state. Okay. Now, I hope her gun was legal, right? She was licensed to carry it. I just thought of something any good lawyer can say. Okay, what is it? What did you think of, baby? She said, wait, there's no pockets, just like Holly. Exactly. And they said what? Holly didn't have her weapon. And they said that Holly did have her weapon on her. She said, Amor, they also found the body of the missing lady. You did the story on the other night. Yeah. I talked about it already on my community wall. She said, look, what Teresa say? The gun is a part of her uniform. That's why she have it on her. It's a part of her uniform. You know what I mean? Just like an ID card. A part of the uniform, baby. That's just a part of her uniform. Amor, she heard it was guys there with a gun. I'll take mine too. Okay. She said she was picking stuff up that had fell out of her bag. Which means what? She said, I don't care where she had the gun. It was self-defense. William said, you ain't changing her mind. Williams, I like you because you stand like me. No matter how much noise, right? No matter how much people want to twist, turn, and flip how you feel about things, you like, I don't give a damn. It was self-defense. I say it was self-defense as well. I look at it as if it was self-defense. All right, you said, what if the gun dropped and she went to pick it up, but old girl was waiting on her and it accidentally went off? I don't think the gun accidentally went off because she actually stood up and the girl was fighting her in a standing up position. So unless you're saying, oh, you're saying she went to go pick it up, but old girl was waiting on her and accidentally went off. I don't think it actually went off. I think she pulled that shit to protect herself. I think she pulled a trigger to protect herself. She said it was after 2 a.m. She probably carrying it for protection. That's true too. Are you going out your house at 2 a.m. without your weapon if you have one? I'm not. I'm not leaving my house at 2 a.m. without my weapon. Let me tell you something, y'all. I used to carry my weapon with me to the casino. Because I used to go to the casino and I would have my weapon. Now, I did leave it in the car because I couldn't take it in the casino. But I had my weapon in the car because I wasn't leaving and going to the casino without my weapon just in case somebody wanted to follow me, just in case I hit for $100 and somebody trying to end my life for $100 or whatever. I had my weapon. So if you was going to bump me in the back or try to, attack me while I'm riding down the road, you was going to get one. You was going to get a single or maybe 4 or 5 in you. Because I damn sure I would not go to the casino without my weapon. But now I didn't go inside with my weapon, but I definitely had it in my car. Because they didn't let you bring it inside. Actually, I tried one time and they turned me around. They turned me around. So I did have my weapon in my car because I wasn't leaving out my house after dark, going nowhere or whatever without my weapon. A lot of people are deceased today because they did not have no weapon or anything to fight back and protect themselves. They didn't have no way to protect themselves. And a lot of people are alive today because they were able to protect themselves with the weapon. She said, I keep mine in the car and keep my taser and mace on me at all times. Okay. My daughter went walking the other day. Well, went running. And she's like, Mom, I'm going to go running. I'm like, hold on. I gave her something. She said, Mom, what is this? I'm just running the neighborhood. I said, it doesn't matter. Take this with you. It wasn't a gun, but it was a weapon. Right. So, you just don't leave the house without protection. She said the victim didn't want the guy to think that she was scary and she cared about that pew pew big ego. So you think that, oh, you think the victim didn't want her guy to think that she was scared and she didn't care about that pew pew. So you think the victim had a big ego, because who attacks someone when you see them with the weapon on them? Who does that? Who attacks someone with the weapon and you see the weapon there? Yeah, you bold. But you know, I'm not happy that the victim is laying there with a gunshot wound that's close to her spine. This doesn't make me happy. Just like I'm not happy to see Romika unalived. But I do believe people need to keep their damn hands to themselves. Just learn how to just walk away. We always want to say, learn how to throw hands. Why can't we say, learn how to walk away? Learn how to stop wanting to attack and harm somebody with your hands. Learn how to do that. Why don't we do that? She said, look at my last comment. She said, now, Amora, you know, those are nothing. That's not a bathing suit. Look at the zipper. It looked like some bikinis to me or something. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, girl, I looked at it. I'm like, it looked like some swimming trunks, honey, because she got them jokers all the way up her ass. Like, I don't dress like that, but I ain't trying to judge nobody else. But I ain't coming outside with no coochie cutters on all up in my tail. Okay. But you know, she's 26 years old, so she could do whatever she do. She said, learn how to not bully someone. Yeah, that's true. She said, I don't play with no one kids. Okay. That's why, you know, I'm not playing with you either. Don't put your hands on me, right? She said, them coochie cutters, babe. Yeah, them coochie cutters, honey. So anyway, this is an unfortunate situation. I will be keeping you guys up to date on it. You know, her family is advocating for her to get out of jail. I think she's out on bond. I don't know. I'll have to let you know. But yeah, she is out on bond, but she can only talk to her son over the phone. She cannot even be around her child. She's got a $100,000 bond and a no contact order. Okay. So now she has to fight for her life. She has to get a lawyer, right? Now, I do think the video will help her. How many of you guys think the video will help her? Raise your hand if you think the video will help her, help this young lady in her defense. And if you was a defense attorney, would you take her case? Would you take her case? Romika wanted an issue and got it. That's the sad truth, and people won't accept it. She caused her own demise. I believe that too, Williams. But girl, you would get, if you was well, it don't even matter who you are, girl, because they talk about the supporters too. You're going to be called all type of demons and evils and liars and hatefuls. And girl, they're going to talk about you like a damn dog because of your own opinion, baby. Well, we getting drugged all over the internet because our opinion, called cult leaders and everything. Baby, you hear me? Damn, Gina. She said, hey, Amor, thank you for covering this story. In this case, the young lady that was armed used her weapon as a last result. I feel this was self-defense. I feel this was self-defense too, just like I feel that Holly's was self-defense. Even though we don't see the tape, from what I was told, it's something similar happened. Romika started attacking Holly and Holly fired. So, you know, but we'll see. And the media got it wrong in this lady case, just like they got it wrong in Holly's case, in my opinion. That's in my opinion. She says, no, she's out of jail. Girlfriend, please come out with the truth. Again, she better pray the victim doesn't pass away. So let me ask you something. So do you think if the victim passed away, she should be charged? Still, you know, you think she should do some time? She said, yes, the video will help her. She was fully out of her home attacking someone. Yep, she followed her. This young lady followed her. She followed her into the hallway and she wailed on her. So I do believe the video will help her. And I do believe the charges may be dropped, or it might just be assault. But I don't even know how she could get charged with assault. I actually think the charges should be dropped. Now, they may try to charge her with something like fleeing the scene. You know what I'm saying? Because she did flee the scene. But you know, and maybe she'll say she fled the scene because she probably thought the boyfriend or whoever that guy was would have harmed her. Hell, I would have left the scene too. Would y'all have left the scene? Maybe I would have left and just went to the nearest gas station and called the police or something. You know, she said, la, 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 Holly is guilty. Okay, here we go. That's your opinion and we have ours, okay? She said, okay, I went back and looked and I see a door right across, so it does appear to be a hallway. I might be wrong unless the apartment door opens to the outside. Oh, let me go back. So are you saying that that's why they charging her inside a dwelling because it was a no, that's outside. That looks like an outside to me because of the light. Hold on. That looked like an outside to me, but it's kind of hard to tell. It looked like it's opens to the outside. I mean, that's a lot of light there, but it could be the light from the. I do see a door across. That looked like it might be one of them apartments that this opens up to the outside, but I'm not quite sure. She is beating the shit out of her. Okay, so she falls and the girl leaves. It looked like she was picking up her stuff. She throws her wig and then she just started clobbering her. Nah, I'm sorry. This was self-defense, y'all. To me, this was self-defense. This was self-defense. She said, but they said at 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh, you know what? 3 a.m. in the morning, that would be dark outside. Unless they, even if you had the light on, it would be a different type of light. It's 3 a.m. in the morning, all them goddamn kids up. Wait a minute. 3 in the morning, all these kids up. Because I see that child. And, okay, you see the guy right here? Why he couldn't stop it right here? He got his pajama pants on. He couldn't just, which I'm not blaming him, but damn. That child up, all the kids up. And it was another kid, right? Hold on. Right here. That's a kid. It's few kids in that house. The victim should have kept her hands to herself, especially, I mean, you said to herself, shaking my head, this is an unfortunate situation. Yes, all of them is an unfortunate situation. She shot her outside the house is not, she shot her outside the house is not self-defense. If she shot her inside the house, plausible self-defense. What? If she shot her outside the house, is not self-defense. If she shot her inside the house, is plausible self-defense. It's not her house. And why would you say if she shot her outside the house is not self-defense? That's a little weird to me. I don't understand that one whatsoever. I think that's in the hallway to the opening of each apartment. They be real bright. So does that mean when they say she shot inside of an apartment, do they mean because it was a dwelling, like it was a like a inside place, you know? She said, I would shoot too if she was beating the shit out of her. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, she said, what's the reason for the altercation? The altercation was because she was picking up her baby. Somebody was baby. The girl, okay, so her friend, this girl right here, her son was being babysitted by this girl. She found out that this girl had another guy around her son. When she found out about it, she came to pick up her child in the middle of the night. They got into it. A fight broke out and a shot was fired. And that's what happened. She said, what's the name of the apartment? They mentioned it on the news. Hold on one second. I'll tell you. Let me take this down. They mentioned it on the news. Let's get to it. Hart Abortion. Okay, let me look it up. Hart Abortion. Boynton. Hart Abortion Village apartment. All right, let's look. Yeah, that's it. Y'all got good ears. That is it. All right. Yep, that's it. All right. So the Hart Abortion Village Apartments is what it is. Now, let's look at their apartments to see. Well, when I try to look at it, let me go this way. Let's look at something right quick. Because we're trying to see, is it an inside dwelling or is it a go out to the street type thing, right? Is that what we're looking for? Okay. So normally they have like walkthroughs, like a virtual walkthrough. But I'm over that. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it was, she said enter from the outside to each unit. Oh, it did enter from the outside to each unit. Type in the address and click on the image and see if it will pop open. It was open. You could see it from the bird's eye view. You can tell they are by the way the building is set up. So you're saying, so what are y'all saying? Was there a hallway? She said, yep, it was a hallway. I looked them up. So you mean an inside hallway? A hallway, so there was inside. Okay. The doors are inside. Okay. So it did not come outside to the outside. It is a hallway. You can tell by the front. Okay. All right. So now I don't know if that's gonna leave charges or not. I don't know how that works. If it was inside the dwelling, you know, they could try to say that, you know, you could have hurt somebody else. You could have, you know, a bullet could have went through the wall. They could say pretty much kind of a lot of stuff. But we'll see. You know, like I said, the video just surfaced. Okay. So this case was done on Thursday, right? Thursday was, let's look at Thursday's date. It happened on last Thursday, which was, it looks like the 8th, January 8th, right? It is now the 12th, and this video is being put out. I do believe that she was locked up until just recently. So now I don't even know how to, because how did they get the video? I guess the boyfriend must have released the video, which that would be dumb, especially when he had already told a different story. So if the boyfriend released the video, then to me, that's crazy. Unless it had a ring. No, it couldn't have been, because a ring camera is not going to catch the inside. So somebody was videotaping. Somebody inside was videotaping. I'm going to assume that it was the boyfriend, and the boyfriend turned over the video, and that's how it happened. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it happened. So he may have not helped the case, or, you know, I don't know. But anyway, but this is the young lady. If y'all want to visit her page, I will bring y'all back an update, you know, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get one, because it is surfacing around. She said they released it. Who released it, though? She said he probably sent it to someone and they released it. Now, that might be true. But this is the young lady. If y'all want to go to her page, her name is Justice Guyton. This is her. Okay, so this is the girl that was charged with the charge that could give her 25 years to life. not to life. Well, 25 to 30 years, it said, or something like that. I mean, it's a long ass time. But this is also her. This don't look like her, does it? That's the lighting hit difference. But this is her, 26 years old. 26 years old. 26. That does not look like the girl we just saw. But this is her. And this is the victim. That don't look like her, does it? Look different. But they done already closed down the GoFundMe. That's what she said. You guys are awful. They closed it down. And the reason why they closed it down, because, you know, they do not allow someone that's charged with a crime like that to collect money on their site. All right. And then this one is a 26-year-old mother is in critical condition. So there's different stories out there. There's people that's basically saying she's fighting for her life and she's the monster. And there's people out there saying, no, she was defending herself and she shouldn't have hit her. So it's still the same way. You know, she said, Florida, you have to do 85% of your time. Yep, 85% of your time, which that's still a lot. You know what I mean? It's still a lot. So nevertheless, we will, let me just hear what she say. I'm just curious. I'm just curious to hear what she said.
Who was up there watching her son while she was out with them ass shorts on me.
Okay, hold on.
Y'all, this is a messy update to the girl who her best friend, who was up there watching her son while she was out with them ass shorts on being a box. Well, I was trying to be nice and I you know, I gave my story for after I watched the video, you know what I'm saying? I was more on their side, you know, because I was like, okay, I seen the video and old girl should have did what she did. She should have let that girl, when she girl went outside, she should have let it be. But then her little confused ass sister who don't know if she want to be a girl or a boy come try me up my damn post talking about I lied. When I said exactly, when I put all the tea together, that's the commentary I give you back. I go back and I gather all the news. I go screenshot, see what this person said, that person said, watch videos, and then I come together and give y'all the good tea. And this bulldagger / I don't know what the fuck I want to be, come try me under my goddamn post. She was rude as hell. So I wouldn't donate shit to that goddamn GoFundMe. I'd send it to the other girl, Shay, who's sitting in the hospital because your sister can't fight. So she went and pumed her because she don't know how to blah blah. Because she was getting done in outside. So she ain't know what else to do but to pull out her shit from them little dirty ass shorts. Y'all, this is the update to the girl.
So do you see how people have difference of opinion? Do you see how she sees it different? She thinks that the other girl, the girl that is being charged, should have fought, just like the Romika people, right? She thinks that she should have fought and not pulled out her gun. You see how people think differently? But that doesn't mean that she needs to be drugged all over the internet because she thinks differently. But there will be people, bullying content creators and bullying supporters, that would drag her all over social media because the way she thinks. Because her opinion. She's obviously a content creator, someone that does reaction videos, right? And she literally just gave her view. She thinks that the best friend should have fought the friend, right? That's what she thinks. I don't agree with her, but that's what she thinks. But some content creators would drag her for that. They would call her evil, or the people that don't think like her. Either way, they will call her evil, spiteful, and all of this because she has a difference of opinion. Imagine that for a second. This is what social media has come to. If you don't agree with them, if you don't align, if you don't think like they think, you're all kinds of wrong. You're a horrible individual and you deserve to be bashed and drugged through the internet every single day because you don't believe the way they believe. Imagine that for a second. Anyway, all I'm saying is people will look at this differently, and that's okay. That's absolutely okay. That's why they have a defense and a prosecutor side, a defense and a prosecutor side. In both of these cases, in my opinion, in both of these cases, for the information that I know right now, right? The information that I know right now, both of these young ladies exercise their right to self-defense. Okay? They exercise their rights to self-defense. That's my opinion, unless something else comes out for both of these cases. So anyway, I'm about to close out, y'all, because this wasn't no long case. But I will keep y'all up to date to find out what's going on. But I know I don't think that she woke up saying, damn, I'm about to face 25 years in prison, for, protecting myself, right? Because she was getting her ass kicked. She was getting wailed on real good, and her son was there. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see what goes on. All right. Thank you, K. Kim. She says, hey, Fave, showing some love tonight. And I also have a story you may want to cover. It's crazy. I inboxed you on Facebook. Okay. Thank you, K. Kim. I appreciate that. She said that young lady took the gun with her into the house. Once one had a gun, the other one didn't have a gun. That doesn't matter. The law does not say that you have to have a weapon on you in order to defend yourself. And the other person has to have a gun on them in order for you to defend yourself. That's not what the law says. It does not say that, you have to wait until they have a gun on them. And if they don't have a gun, you can't shoot. It doesn't say that. And that's what I've been trying to tell people. It does not say that. You do have a right to defend yourself, even if the person does not have a weapon. Them wailing on you and attacking you, you know what I'm saying? If you feel that your life is in imminent danger, you can use your weapon. All right. So anyway, I'm about to thank you guys for blessing this live stream. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, Debs. The more I appreciate the time that I spent with you and all the lady nights you got me through, I have decided to take a step back due to spiritual walk with God prayers. Okay, Deb. Be good, honey. And come back anytime that you want. Appreciate the 26 months though. Thank you. Nisi, thank you so much. Thank you for 13 months, Jessica. Thank you, 20K. Thank you, Black Swan, 20K again. She said, I love all the multicolored names in the chat. Beautiful colors with crayons. Thank you, baby. Appreciate that. Thank you, Big Sis. Thank you for giving me flowers. I appreciate it to the max. Thank you, Candy Girl. Appreciate you. Thank you, Antoine or Anton. I think that's how you say it, for becoming a member. Appreciate the memberships. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, Wine Down with Shabola. Appreciate you. And thank you, Kate Kims. Appreciate you guys for blessing these live streams. Let me read this one. She says, Amor, with all due respect, reaction channels or commentary have a more responsibility to keep their opinion respectfully and tactfully. No, that's not true. You can run your channel however you want to. I've seen channels come straight out and call Donald Trump a lying pig and all type of stuff. So that's not true. If you show me anywhere that they say that, then I will tell you you're right. But that's not true. We can run our channels however we want to. We do not have to keep it respectfully. We can cuss you the fuck out if we want to. It doesn't say nowhere that on YouTube or any other place that you have to keep your reactions or your commentary and our opinions respectfully and tactfully. I could cuss a motherfucker out at the worst possible. It's my right. This is my channel. So what you said is not true. All right. But guess what though? People that don't like how you give your reactions or commentary, right? They can always move around to another channel that they like. But you could talk how you want to talk on your channel. My husband actually showed me a channel. This white guy, he has a lot of followers too. He cussed Donald Trump out in the worst way possible. He calls him all type of nasty names, and people call in and he cussed them the fuck out too. He says, "You're an idiot. You're dumb. He cussed people that call in out in the worst way possible." My husband showed it to me, and I was like, "Damn!" But guess what? People keep calling and keep getting engagement, and it is what it is. So that's untrue. What you said. See, what you're saying is. You're trying to say is I should, I should talk the way you want me to talk. That's what you're saying. But that's not true. That's not in the YouTube guidelines. If that's the case, I wouldn't be out here for 3 years. Okay? I wouldn't be out here for 3 years. She says, I'm a Holly supporter, but I think her case may be a second degree. See, let me explain something, April. It would be a second degree if second degree would be asked for by the defense. Holly defense team is not going to ask for a second degree. It's all or nothing, which means the state would have to find her guilty of first degree or she walks. And that's why I said then, the same way I say now, they will not find her guilty of first degree. Holly will walk. In my opinion. In my opinion, Holly will walk. She said they're trying to control the narrative. Exactly. They want to come over here and try to tell people how to talk, how to respond, how to give commentary. If you don't like the way I give commentary, you can exit stage left. Time out for begging people to like the way I sound. I don't care about that anymore. You don't have to like the way I sound. There's going to be people that like the way I give commentary, and there's going to be people that don't like the way I give commentary. I don't have time to appease to everybody that comes and listens to me at all. So go where you like. Go where you enjoy listening to that person. We don't have no obligation to do anything. Just, no harassing and that type of shit, I guess. No bullying or whatever. So anyway, she said if they don't like the commentary, change the channel. Exactly, because guess what? I'm sure some people don't like Temu, or not Temu. What do you call that channel? Whatever that channel called. I can't even think of it, but Tubu or TB or Tudu, whatever. I don't even watch it. But, watch your favorite channel. She said, why don't they just stay in the Ramika support chat? Because they want to go back and say, oh, Amora said this. Let's drag her some more. Let's drag her some more. And then you're going to have some bloggers out there like, yeah, let's drag her more so we can get some views. Because they know if they just talked about the story and left my name the fuck out of it, no one would listen to them. No one would listen to them. Some people have to add me because no one would listen to them about the story unless they're saying, well, Holly supporters said, well, Holly supporters said, why don't you focus on Ramika supporters? They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to just focus on just putting out the story. They have to always resort back to, well, Holly supporters said. They just want controversy. I don't have to do that. And I won't do that. She said they only want to talk about your channel, but it's 100 other channels with your same opinions. And they don't care if you was the opposite side. They would be fighting for Holly. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. She said they're not supporting Ramika. They're looking for drama. You're right, April. That's all they're doing is looking for drama. They ain't supporting Ramika. Some of these people don't even know nothing about the case. They looking for drama, just like you said. Looking for drama, wanting to fight, want you to beef with them, make up lies so you can come out and swinging. Baby, wasting their time. I ain't swinging with nobody. I don't have to do that. I don't have to swing to make a quarter. I don't have to swing to make $1. I don't have to do that at all. I'm beyond that. I'm bigger than that. So anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we're going to talk later, okay? We're going to talk tomorrow. She said, Amora, not in court. She didn't do it. Exactly. I'm not in court. I didn't get charged for anything. But baby, you would think I did. You would think I did. She said, your name brings views. Absolutely. It does. Especially all up in the damn title. You know what I'm saying? Amora, 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 Amora. God damn. All this mind control I got over these motherfuckers. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Y'all hit that thumbs up button on the way out. And your girl is out. Good night, y'all.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay! She kept talking about
We
that
got these
family.
hoes over there. About
She kept
man.
talking about that family. She kept talking
Internet
about that
gangsters.
family. She kept talking about that family. She kept talking about that family. That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.